Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first video of 2021. Please feel free to support the channel by sharing this video if you enjoy it, just so it can reach more eyeballs. And I am wishing you all a peaceful and prosperous year. Let's get started. Starting with skin prep, I am spraying my Urban Decay All-Nighter Spray all over my client. This is their ultra matte version, and I am spreading it evenly across my client's skin with this flat foundation brush. My client has normal to oily skin, so I'm going in with the All-Nighter Face Primer by Urban Decay and really just focusing it on the outer perimeters of her face, because for the center of her face, I'm going to be going in with the Becca Mattifying Primer. With the Becca primer, you'll notice that I'm doing more pressing and patting motions rather than pulling motions. Reason being is because this primer is so mattifying that if you pull on it rather than press it into the skin, it can result in tiny silicone balls forming on top of the skin. So if that happens, just simply brush them away. For brows, I'm starting out with this Perfect Brow eyebrow pencil in the shade Dark Brown that I picked up from my local beauty supply store. And I'm outlining the base of her brow first, and then I'm applying the product throughout the brow by following the same direction her brow hair naturally grows in. You'll also notice that when I get to the middle of her brow, I'm going slightly above it and creating an arch for her to give the overall brow an entirely new shape. For brow powder, I'm using my Ruby Kisses brow powder, which I picked up from my local beauty supply store, and I'm using my Sephora brow brush from their Pro line to apply this product. To carve out her brows, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan, and I'm using my Ruby Kisses flat concealer brush to help sculpt her brows. I'm taking more of that Cool Tan LA Girl concealer and I'm stippling it onto her eyelid with this IT Cosmetics brush. I'm choosing to do stipple motions rather than pulling motions because doing so allows the concealer to provide a fuller coverage, as to where pulling motions tend to thin the product out, giving you less coverage. And I'm going over the eye with a beauty blender just to smooth the product out and give the eyelid a cleaner, more airbrushed look. To set the concealer on the eyelid, I'm going in with my Japanesque pressed setting powder, and I'm using my Japanesque setting brush to do this. This step just helps prevent the concealer from creasing, and it also helps make applying the eyeshadow easier as well. Moving on to eyeshadow, I'm going in with my Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat palette, and for her transition shade, I'm using the shade Hot Spell. When applying the shadow, you'll notice that I'm doing stipple motions, similar to what I did with the concealer, and I'm doing this because this technique just gets the color onto the lid faster and just gives an overall quicker color payoff. For added warmth, I'm going in with Wild Thing from the Naked Petite Heat palette and focusing that color in her crease. And I'm using my Color du Jour tapered blending brush to do this. Now that her eye has the amount of warmth that I want, I'm going to start adding color with the help of my Ditto Cosmetics Neon palette. I'm using the shade Grape to go into her crease, and I'm using my blending brush from Crown Brushes to do this. I'm using my Duo blending brush that came with my Smashbox Full Exposure palette to blend out the lines from that grape shadow to help diffuse it and blend it seamlessly into the transition shade. For her lid color, I'm using my Ditto Cosmetics Aphrodite palette. All of the colors have Greek letters as names, and I don't know Greek, so the color I'm picking up is the shade at the bottom that looks like the letter O, and I'm using my Sephora eyeshadow brush to apply this color to her lid. To smoke out her outer corner, I'm going back in with the Neon palette by Ditto Cosmetics, and I'm using the shade Purple and my MAC Cosmetics blending brush to do this. To clean up the fallout on her face, I'm using my Neutrogena makeup remover wipes to wipe everything away. For liner, I'm going in with my MAC Black Track Gel eyeliner, and the brush I'm using to do this is actually a paintbrush from Hobby Lobby. I've always said that paintbrushes are eerily similar to makeup brushes, so it's always awesome when I come across these great finds at the craft store because not only do they fit perfectly into my makeup kit because they get the job done, but they are also incredibly affordable as well. To elevate this eye look and make it more glam, I'm going in with my Pixie Glittery Eye Quad in the shade Rose Bronze, and I'm picking up the top left shade with my ring finger to apply this glitter to her lid. I love this product because it's a time saver. Don't get me wrong, I still love the traditional loose glitter, but when it comes to time, I will always choose a pressed glitter like this because it's less mess since you don't have to worry about fallout, and it's also a time saver because you don't have to worry about laying glue down in order for the glitter to stick. So it's a win-win for both the artist and the client because the artist saves time and the client has an easier experience removing the eye makeup later when their day is finished. After adding the glitter, I decided I wanted the outer corners to remain a deeper tone, which is why I'm using this dark purple glitter from the Grace Jade Cosmetics eye palette. For complexion, I'm using my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation in the shade D10. And I'm using this flat top foundation brush by BH Cosmetics to do this. This brush is from their vegan brush line, which offers some real quality brushes at affordable costs. And as you can see, I'm stippling the product onto her skin as opposed to rubbing it because, as I stated earlier in the video, stippling motions provide the most coverage. And of course I have to go in with my beauty blender because this is what smooths everything out and gives you that airbrushed look. For concealer, I'm going back in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Cool Tan. I'm using the flat concealer brush by Kiss to apply this and my Real Techniques setting brush to blend the product out. I decided to try this technique because I've seen so many other makeup artists try it. Now, I'm all about efficiency, and I felt like while this method led to a beautiful finish, it was also time consuming and required a lot of patience. This is a method I do again if I have time to kill, but on days when I'm pressed for time and my clients have somewhere to be, I'll stick with my tried and true beauty blender. For contour, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso, and I'm using my e.l.f. Cosmetics small stipple brush to blend this out. To set the highlight and contour concealer, I'm going in with my Japanesque pressed setting powder, and I'm using my Japanesque setting brush to do this. To bake, I'm using my Airspun loose face powder in the shade Naturally Neutral and using my beauty blender to help apply this powder. When it comes to dusting the powder away, I am choosing to use my Color du Jour number 20 brush. Right after, I'm going in with my Ben Nye banana powder to do a quick bake because this powder has a smoothing effect that I like for my client's skin, and I am dusting that powder away almost immediately. To set her foundation, I'm using my BH Cosmetics foundation powder in the shade 240, and I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush to apply this. For bronzer, I'm using my Minted Cosmetics X Ashley Blaine Season 1 Bronzer Highlight Duo to set my client's contour and to give her a subtle glow on her cheekbones as well. To line her lips, I'm using my Ruby Kisses lip liner in the shade brown, and I picked this up from my local beauty supply for like 99 cents. For lipstick, I'm picking up a little bit of my MAC X Nicki Minaj Viva Glam lipstick in the shade Nikki 2 and lightly blotting that across her lips. For blush, I'm using my Minted Cosmetics Buried Away blush, and I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush to apply this. To line her lower waterline, I'm using my Sephora Kohl liner in the shade Intense Black. So since she is wearing falsies on top, I am going in with my Grace Jade Cosmetics mascara on her lower lash line just to help balance out her overall lash look. To brighten her tear ducts, I'm using my Pixi Liquid Fairy Lights in the shade Crystalline. I'm topping off her lips with my Pixi Lip Lift Max Gloss in the shade Petal Ice. This is a nice gloss too because it's a lip plumping gloss. And that is it, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for hanging out with me for my first video of 2021. Bye!